Hi, I'm Fern Wildman-Schrier, and I'm doing a presentation for SIA on Marshfield-8 dam removal that happened in 2012. I'm affiliated with Historical Technologies. I've been working with Bob Stewart for about 15 years, and I'm sure he's there. So hi, Bob. And we do an awful lot of miscellaneous stuff, including dam removal in this case. We've done a lot of bridge documentation. What we're doing currently seems to be more of brownfield remediation and the processes that went on in the factories at that time. So that's what I'm doing here, and this is one of my projects, and thank you for joining us. All right, thank you, everybody. I'm Fern Wildman-Schrier, and I am going to be presenting on the dam removal of the Marshfield-8 Dam in Marshfield, Vermont. This is a picture of the Marshfield-8 Dam in the Winooski River in Marshfield, Vermont. And I'm going to be discussing the history of the dam site, its construction, and its eventual removal. This is a map of Vermont, and you can see that Marshfield is located northeast of Montpelier, about 15 miles along Route 2. Marshfield, Vermont, developed along a stagecoach route, junction from Montpelier to St. Johnsbury in the early 19th century. Small industries such as grist, saw, and wool mills were built along the Winooski River gorge to serve the growing agricultural community. During the 20th century, Marshfield evolved from this agricultural and small industrial economy to the current primarily residential town. A historical resource assessment was prepared for the removal of the Marshfield-8 Dam, which was originally built to power a grist mill and was later reconstructed for a private hydropower supply. This is a Google map of the Marshfield-8 Dam site in 2012, shortly before the dam removal. Again, you can see that in this part, Route 2 is running roughly east-west. We have the little side road right here that runs to the grist mill site, which is in ruins, and this little house is associated with the grist mill. We can see the Winooski River running right here. Again, this is the northeast, and it's running southwest into Lake Champlain eventually. And here is the Marshfield-8 Dam. This house is the Ted Clark house, which is the home of the original renovator of the dam. And this is all a gorge. Between Route 2 and Gilman Street is a deep gorge, except for this spot right here, which is a small floodplain right here in this corner. And this is the access that they used for the heavy equipment to remove the dam. This is a picture of the Marshfield grist mill that ran from 1818 till approximately 1950. The original Marshfield-8 Dam was probably erected in conjunction with the first grist mill on this site in 1818. The mill was enlarged and replaced with a brick and stone structure in 1831. And again, this building right here is that brick and stone structure, and this is a barn. And over here on the far right, you can see that house that I mentioned with the unique front porch, covered front porch, and you can see that in this picture. The dam was reported to have a 9-foot head and generating 120 horsepower in the Vermont Industrial Survey of 1914, which is approximately the time of this picture. This surpassed the nearby upstream sawmill dam that generated only 40 horsepower. So you can see that this was quite a powerful industrial site at that time. This is what it looked like in 2012. And again, you can see this is the ruins of the grist mill. You can see the dam over here on the right-hand side. And once again, you can see the house that was associated with the grist mill up there on the top. And you can see the steepness of the gorge. Local farmers utilize this mill to custom grind livestock feed at a cheaper rate than the competitor in Cabot. Local farms began to disappear in the 20th century because demand declined. There was a lot of imports from the West. And it added, plus there was significantly added expenses to the farmers because of modernization. A big example of this that was devastating to Vermont agriculture was the requirement that was instituted in 1952 for stainless steel holding tanks for the milk. The mill gradually ceased operation and fell into ruins. And again, you can see what the ruins look like. This is a picture of the dam that was taken during an inspection. So you can actually see the dam construction here. I'm going to be talking about now. After the mill closed, the Marshfield-8 dam was acquired by a local mechanic and garage owner by the name of Ted Clark. He became enraged at a significant electrical bill increase in 1958 and obtained permission to reconstruct the old dam to provide hydropower. The project required 7 years to complete, utilizing a steam shovel and a crane to mortar together stone from the mill ruins and large slabs of granite from the local quarry. The final dam came online in 1965 and measured 80 feet long and 12 feet high. This is a picture of the Penstock. So if we're talking about its location on the dam, this is underneath that large structure next to the house. So the house would be back here. The dam is over here on the right. Upstream is over here and downstream is down there. And again, on the right-hand side, you can see the Westinghouse generator, which was refurbished and used for the dam. Now, this is a picture of the penstock for the water intake and the refurbished Westinghouse generator. During operation, this generator would have been located underwater in the penstock and attached to those gear shafts. Clark also added a battery-operated penstock gates, which were no longer on the dam at the time of my assessment. Marshfield-8 Dam came online in 1965 and furnished power for Clark's home and automobile repair business. His son Donald, inherited the property after Clark's death in 1969, and I interviewed his wife as part of my assessment. It said that when Donald attempted to operate the generator, he overloaded the electrical system and almost burned the house down. So that was the end of that. The Marshfield-8 Dam was maintained, but it was not used until Donald sold the property in 1976. Now this is a picture of the other side of the penstock. The house and the deteriorating dam were purchased by Benjamin Hines in 2002. And again, you can certainly see the deterioration and the dangerous conditions of this area. It's ready, it looks like it's ready to go at any time. Benjamin Hines could not afford to repair or to maintain the dam. In 2005, there was a significant ammonia leak upstream into the Winooski River from the Cabot Creamery, which is 5 miles upstream. This killed all the fish downstream, and the dam prevented the repopulation of the fish, specifically brown trout, and the normalization of the habitat upstream of the dam. So Hines requested that the state of Vermont remove the dam to prevent these effects of dam failure and also to restore the river. This is a picture of the dam removal on August 22nd, 2012. The dam was successfully removed on August 22nd, 2012 by construction of a temporary access road along that floodplain that I showed you. And they built, again, you can see over here, here's the road coming out into the river, and they built this platform out into the river. Hydraulic hammers were attached to the excavator, which broke up the concrete and stone, while the river flowed underneath through culverts and the platform. And again, of interest in this shot, here's the culvert. So they're actually running the river right through. They never had to build cofferdams or anything. The river continued to flow through. And you can see these are the large slabs that that Ted Clark had from a local quarry that he put in by crane. And here are the remnants of the grist mill that he used from the grist mill ruins. Now, what they did is they needed to stabilize the bank next to the grist mill. So they used these stones and put these stones back and regraded it and stabilized that area so that it would not be lost. And I'm ready for any questions.